A very special day. It is the birthday of one of the Grateful Dead's fabulous hyperspace drummers. It is the birthday of Mickey Hart. Will you stand for us, please, Mickey? Would you join me in singing the very conventional happy birthday song to Mickey Hart? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mickey.
Occupation, stealing women's from that other man. We never remain in Texas, busted jail and I'm gone. Texas, busted jail and I'm gone. Real shit, couldn't catch me, but his little girl sure she would.
Yo, how's everybody doing? Ooh, my green screen looking wiggly, all pixely. It's just kind of dark in here is all. And if I turn this around, not only do I have a giant fucking light in my face, it doesn't really make it any better. Ooh, I don't know how people do that. Gotta get that, like, what do you call it? They have like those umbrella things. I don't know. Just a hobby. Ropeburn, good to see you. First person to get the new subscriber thing. Good to see you. What are we gonna be doing today? We're gonna be playing probably one league before dinner. With what I've just decided is gonna be a no Aether Vial Goblins list. I think Thoughtseize is pretty dangerous given all the burn. I wish I had Inquisitions. Do I have Inquisition? No, I don't. I think Inquisitions cost a couple tickets, otherwise I would just, whoops, that's paint. You don't need paint. I was trying to open a new Chrome tab. I don't know what Thoughtseize costs. I have to type it up here. Or Inquisition costs. If it's like, you know, 20 cents, I'm gonna go grab it. But yeah, it's like, I'm gonna have to put like 10 bucks in. So let's just try and win. We're gonna go without thoughts. So we're gonna go without Vial today and with Thoughtseize. It was just that, like, Vial is always a bad top deck. Thoughtseize is often a bad top deck, but it's actually live on more later turns than Vial is. No Vials makes your control matchup worse, but Thoughtseize also helps in control matchups. And I think Thoughtseize is just good against like combo and stuff like that. It's okay against the Ragavan Murktide decks. And honestly, Vial has just been getting answered often. And it's been a 1-for-1, but like clearing the way for your combo, I think is gonna be good in general. Whereas, yeah, Vial has just kind of been getting answered immediately. So we're gonna go like this. We might scrub out. If we scrub out real quick, we'll queue up another league with Vial in it. For those who haven't seen, like I've been saying, Vial's been getting answered a lot, but Grist has been great. Even when Grist gets answered, the hopefulness that you feel when you play Grist, and like, you know, 9:15, 11 a.m. Is this the banned and restricted Pauper announcement that's forcing them to restart this, or is this the Innistrad? I guess it's the Innistrad release, what a Midnight Hunt. So me and 41 Crid going at it. Let's lower the music a tiny bit. No, it's really good. You know what? I'll just actually lower it here because I want to be able to think. Should be a good level. Look at how good this hand is. Holy shit. So I recently updated the mana base a tiny bit to make it so that we were a little bit less painful because there's a lot of burn running around, which is why I have 2 Copperline Gorges and I believe a Blackcleave Cliffs in here. Yeah, there it is. Blackcleave Cliffs. I can't zoom in on it. But I took out a Wooded Foothills and something else. I must have made a replacement for that, for one of them. So given that we're not going to play anything on turn 1, and we have so many lands, just going to play a Blood Crypt tap so we have red and green mana. This is a Sacred Foundry deck, so chances of not removing the Snoop are very low, but still gonna... And they're holding it up? Man, if I had anything else to play, I would. But this is looking like a Grist game, which I don't know. Maybe Grist is good enough. Like, we're gonna see. Ooh, second Snoop is good too. Because we can just keep jamming Snoops. Usually, with what looks like a mono red deck, you don't mind them pointing removal at your creatures. So this is Naya control with probably Chalices is my guess. We're gonna play Copperline Gorge here. I expect another piece of removal, so I actually am gonna run out this Grist for 2 reasons. 1, it uses all our mana. 2, it immediately pumps up to 4, which makes them holding up removal less effective. And 3, if it's like Stomp or something and they end up playing the Giant, you just get to kill it, so that'll be good. There's removal, and they pointed at Grist, which implies they have a 4-mana play they want. So probably Chandra coming out here. Could be Koth. Koth is so good when you can play all mountains, and they look like that's what they're doing. 4-color mountains implies polymorph, but here we see it's 4-color mountain cascade. So I guess this is going to be Rhinos, and if this is going to be Rhinos... No, it's not going to be Rhinos, because they're playing all of... It's just like Burn. It's just 4-color Cascade value. If I had to pick a name for this deck right now, I'd be calling it 8-Bolt, because that's what it seems to want to be playing here. So here's our Snoop. Nothing good on top. Hoping that 8-Bolt doesn't have another bolt. They kind of look like sort of an aggro deck, and that the way they've set it up, they are always cascading into 3 damage to your face, which is cool. Tribal Flames, okay, 3 or more damage to your face. Yeah, so likely never comboing here, but you know, they have 1 card in hand. We can put a Ringleader on top of our library. Or we can even wait for a Snoop and just play Sling Gang Lieutenant. But it does use more of our mana, but we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. So I think if we just put Ringleader on top and pass, well, we'll attack for 1. Is there something that just like beats this? I don't think Munitions Expert is relevant, although like maybe I'll wish I had, but Ringleader is fine. And I'll attack you for 1. And I think I would block this this Shardless Agent for a couple reasons. One, it's not going anywhere if we don't block it. We don't have any kind of removal, but they're also very aggressive, like, and we don't have to be, in general. Draw a lot more cards than most decks, and they've sort of, you know, played everything they've got. I'm about to sneeze 1 second. Excuse me, just 1 sneeze. The good old allergy 1 sneeze. Damn. Yeah. Cascading into Mantis Rider off Bloodbraid Elf must be sick. Going to play... it doesn't matter if I play basic Swamp or Mountain, but I'm going to tap the Mountain, so I want to play the land before. Let's see what we get. This is the perfect time to get a Snoop or a... not really a Munitions Expert, although... Wow, it's the worst time to whiff. That's for sure. That really sucks. We can't attack through this Vigilant creature, especially with nothing in hand. Oof, that's a big oof. How did we get milled? How's it going, Cactus? I've been seeing your vacation photos on Twitter. I'm glad you're having a good time. What the hell milled me? I wasn't even paying attention. But yeah, that Ringleader was awful. How many less... I didn't go down to, like, an absurdly low number of Goblins. Like, we still have... I mean, the only thing that doesn't get hit is the Grist. So, like, our Goblin count is really high. I'm just making sure. Just making sure that that was unlucky and nothing else. But you live by RNG, you die by RNG. Yeah, I'm not, to be honest, I'm never concerned about it. It's like, I play it, it's like that little drunk every day. I just spent some time in Atlantic City myself, and yeah, it was a lot like that. Just, I don't drink normally, but just having like a few beers every day, much different than normal. Definitely takes the edge off life. But yeah, Modern is I don't have Moto Premium at all. Modern is a weird format in that only competitive players play it, but there are no competitive events. So it's like the ultimate try-hard spike. Weird, like, why are you even doing this format? It's funny in that way. Like, you can't get to a Pro Tour playing Modern, but everybody wants to build the best Modern deck. And it's really expensive too. But because of that, I don't let it get to me. Wow, 23 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coming out of our deck. This thing doesn't have trample, does it? No, it doesn't. But they are gonna get to start attacking. We still have outs, by the way. I mean, they're playing off the top of their deck. So are we. I haven't been on a vacation like that since I was like, I guess I went on a cruise like 5 years ago. Probably longer than that. This Kavu is gonna fix their draws really well, which kind of sucks. One of the really awful things about this current board state is that this thing has vigilance and it's bigger than every creature in our deck. And Thoughtseize is a super dead draw. That also sucks. Damn, whiffing on Ringleader 3 times that's super unlucky. That's like a sign. Why would they do that? Oh, I guess they drew that off of the Territorial Kavu. Wow. Okay. Outs to this. If we get a Munitions Expert, we survive a turn. So we kind of need to like draw a runner Munitions Expert. Grist would do it. I'm about to. Okay. So we're not quite dead. We're not quite dead, and we actually have outs still. What's going to happen this next turn is they're going to attack with everything. We're going to sack the Mog War Marshal token, go to 1. If we draw Snoop into double Munitions Expert, or like Ringleader into double Munitions Expert, and we can cast all of that, we're still alive. So it is what it is. This is the type of situation where a bidding, if we were playing it in our deck. Oh, now they have trample. All right, we're just dead. First strike, hexproof, trample. This is Zoo is pretty cool with Scion and Cascade and stuff. I like that. We're gonna bring in Fatal Pushes, I guess, because it kills Mantises in a pinch. Crime Punishment stinks. Masked Vandal and Crater Maker sort of kill. Scion of Draco. They actually can't cast like anything if I Blood Moon them, even though they're all mountains. So I think I'm gonna go with that plan. We're gonna keep in all our Munitions Experts. Thoughtseize can like head off a 2-for-1, but I think Blood Moon is probably better in that regard. And then they're playing 4 bolts, so I'm gonna cut at least 1 Harbinger. Maybe you cut a Kiki. Maybe, yeah. I mean, this is generally what I do in matchups where I feel like comboing isn't going to happen. So we're going to go like this. But I just got a new job. I just signed the contract today. What's the matchup? We are playing against, I guess, 4-color. It's probably 5-color, just like based off a Triumph, but we're playing against Domain Zoo. Do you keep this hand? No, this hand is pretty bad. This hand can block. And we have our basic. I mean, obviously we have a way to get our basic with Bloodstained Mire anyway, but it's like 1 point of damage we get to keep. So we'll keep this hand. They can't they're gonna be able to cast like one spell before we get a Blood Moon down, so we should be okay. But I signed a contract today, which means I'm going to be working for the next 2 weeks, and then I have 3 weeks off, and I'm going to be streaming a bunch during that 3 weeks, I think. Thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate that. I guess. All right, I'm gonna play. All right, I'm gonna play Mogwar Marshal, and I'll tell you why. If they play a Kavu, I want to be able to kill it like soonish, because what's gonna happen is whatever they play on this next turn is all they've got left. So I have two options. I can either play Snoop by cracking this fetch and forcing them to like pretty much bolt my Snoop, and then I untap and Blood Moon, and then maybe they just don't have anything. But all right, it's already a 5/5. Ugh. I don't know why I thought it might be a 3/3, but it's okay. But at least we get to block it. They are gonna get to dig a bunch. Maybe I should have forced them to bolt Snoop, and I made a mistake there, but it's okay. Crater Maker will actually get the job done in conjunction with Munitions Expert. We'll get a mountain here because it doesn't matter. We're gonna let them hit us for 5 once because we need our goblin count. And I think what we're gonna do is play out Crater Maker. Actually, we can kill their. Oh, their Kavu is just a 1/1 because all they have is mountains. Sick. We don't even take 5. Oh, thank you for the luck, Cactus. Sorry, the stream is lagging. I hope it's not me. Yeah, it is me. Fuck. Hopefully that straightens out. I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. It's Spectrum. Like, I see it went red for a little bit. All right. Well, get fucked, Territorial Kavu. I should have attacked into it. Yeah, they can't beat Blood Moon. Good thing we good thing we noticed that. Thoughtseize is a little better on the draw. I don't know if Fatal Push is even good, but I like the idea of Thoughtseize to protect Blood Moons if they're really that cold to it. But what would I take out for that? It's like my best cards are what it looks like I would take out. Like, or maybe Mogwar Marshal you take out for a Thoughtseize. Like, you really want to turn 2 Blood Moon if you can. But like, your ignobles are like not surviving, right? I don't know. I'm willing to run it back like this. Let's just run it back. I think that was fine, but just let it be known. Maybe there's a reason to put Thoughtseize on the draw. Okay. I mean, this is a turn 2 Blood Moon that can't cast Grist, but you saw just how cold they were, and this hand it could theoretically cast both Snoop and Grist if I chose to do some funkiness. I would rather get Hierarch into play if it were to survive, because then I can actually, well, yeah, it would be possible to cast Grist at least. We'll see. There's no way that this Hierarch survives though, right? There's like a lot of lines here because you can name Insect with Grist, and you can cast it like that. But and we may end up doing that next turn depending on what they play. That makes me sort of want to. It doesn't have flying yet, right? No, it does have flying. It just comes with flying. Each creature has vigilance if it's white. All right, so like. Clearly, I'm not going to say clearly they don't have removal. Do I want to name Goblin, or do I want to name... I guess I want to name Goblin still. Because if they remove my Blood Moon... Well, all my Goblins are red anyway. But we're just gonna... I'm gonna cast this. By the way, there was no way I could cast Blood Moon if they had killed both of my 1-drops. So, that's just like something to keep in mind. At this point, I have like 6 turns. Maybe I was supposed to cast Grist first. Because now, if I don't kill this, I'm just like kind of dead. And I only have black or green mana right now. Maybe this was like ill-advised. Fury. Well, there goes my green mana. Probably won't have green mana for the rest of the game. In fact, definitely won't. And without Vial... Vial helping get Grist into play is something I didn't realize would be valuable. Let's just get a Snoop out, because we kind of have to end this game soonish. They're super F6, which implies they have no removal in their hand that they can play. That isn't sorcery speed, at least. So, we're gonna take 4 here, hoping to find something on top of our deck that can pull us closer to relevant spells, while they just lay mountains out on the other side of the table. That is not something. Alright, well, let's attack for 3. I don't actually know if our clock beats them. Probably paying Echo. Actually, probably just sacrificing Mog War Marshal so that the token doesn't have haste. I don't think I want to waste mana on Echo here in case there's like a ringleader on top. I wonder if they keep attacking. They do. We can't block, so letting that one go. And this is a trick for people out there who don't want to waste mana on Echo. Make the token come in on your turn so that it doesn't have summoning sickness. Or make the token come in before your turn so that it doesn't have summoning sickness on your own turn. Slinging on top is good because that actually makes my board lethal. Well, not lethal, I guess. They go to 9, and then we do 4 more. I don't know why I thought I had so much more damage. When we take 5, they go to 8. I was counting them as already at 8 in my head, because last turn I mentally put them at a virtual 8. We can't cast Grist. We'll just play a second Blood Moon in case they have some sort of thing. We are safe from Bolt because we're drawing Sling Gang Lieutenant. Not because we're drawing it, but more because we can sacrifice a Goblin or 2 if it comes to that. So we gain some life, but only while it's on top of our deck. Okay, so no more attacks from them. I would love to have a Goblin underneath this, or a basic Swamp would even be nice, because the next turn we play it. That's good. And only get red Goblins. May just get another Snoop. What can we do here? I guess Crater Maker is just like the best play, right? Yeah. So we'll grab a Crater Maker. We can actually sack the Matron to kill Scion of Draco. And by that, I mean use this ability, kill it, use mana by sacking the Matron, just so we get in for 5 and it's a 2-turn clock instead of waiting around. It's a problem of mine that I do just like jamming Blood Moon, with no regard for how it fucks up the rest of my game plan. Like, I don't want to wait till I draw a basic swamp to, you know, hit him with the moon. And I feel as if our deck functions because it's mostly red, so like I just kind of let it ride. But we could have easily lost that game because of that. So, something to keep in mind. But yeah, 5-color decks. Honest 5-color decks, I'll say. That doesn't include Niv Mizzet and Omnath bullshit. Honest 5-color decks, they have a hard time against Blood Moon. That's, I guess that's like understating it a little bit. So far, haven't even seen Thoughtseize or what would have been Vial. Hard to say what would have been better, but it is of note that Vial works better with Blood Moon, and we are playing 4 Blood Moons as our most common sideboard card. So there's that. But also, Thoughtseize is decent against Cascade type decks, because you take what would be a 2-for-1 for them and you 1-for-1 them. They don't have to spend mana on it, but, you know, the card advantage is out the window. Yeah, I decided that right at the last second that I was playing at Vialless. Just because the last league I played, I won 1 game because of Vial. And, like, it just got removed so often. Like every matchup that I played that was remotely competitive, they had ways to remove Vial and did it easily. I think we keep this hand and throw back Kiki Jiki. I don't really want to go to 5. You know, we have 22 lands in the deck still, so I think this is a good keep versus Tron especially, because, yeah, they have no removal. We'll get to play Snoop on 2. We don't have Harbinger yet, but we have a Matron to find it, an extra draw. And if they play something simple like Karn the Great Creator, oh, it's Eldrazi-tron. So if they play something simple like Karn the Great Creator, we can play Grist. I got a little tiny. I got him. My window's open today. Okay, so now, knowing that they played Chalice of the Void and it's Eldrazi-tron, and that I don't have Harbinger in my hand, I have 2 options. I can just play Snoop, not even attack them, play a fetch land for a redraw. I could play Grist and start ticking it up. I could play Realm Walker. I think the best course of action is still to play Snoop, and I don't think the point of damage matters. So we're just going to play Snoop like this. We're going to take a redraw from the Foothills. This is a matchup where it's actually good. Wow, Matter Reshaper? That is not a very powerful Magic card in this context. I'll bring out a Blood Crypt. Now we can actually cast Grist. Thoughtseize is a good one. One of the reasons Thoughtseize is a good one here is that we'll know what to get with our Matron. Oh! Haha! Never mind. Thoughtseize not a good one. Good thing I got countered and I didn't get to lose a life. What do we do here? What do we do here? Let's just... Man, they just Chalice last turn. Good thing it doesn't actually matter. That card would have just sat in our hand, and we can't remove Chalice in the main, so... Not actually punished, but still looking foolish. Munitions Expert on top is a good one. Not swinging into Matter Reshaper. They could Thought-Knot Seer us here. They could hit us with a big fatty boom boom, but they got nothing. Okay, so against a Chalice deck, sometimes you want Crime Punishment because you actually care about Chalice. I don't think we do here. I think we want to Blood Moon them to take them off their Eldrazi. Fatal Push is bad. Crater Maker is going to be good. Masked Vandal, I think, is worth bringing in because they're going to have things like Walking Ballista, but then by that same token, Trash Master and Crime Punishment are good against Walking Ballista. So, Trash Master is especially good against Walking Ballista, actually, because it makes them have to ping your stuff, you know, more heavily when you do destroy it. So, like, let's say I wanted to bring these 7 in, leave Crime Punishment out because I don't care too much. Do I want to leave Thoughtseize in? Maybe I was just, like, showing them Thoughtseize because, you know, I wanted them to board differently. So we'll take that out. Munitions Expert is, like, kinda not the best. Because their stuff is bigger, and, like, you don't care about Matter Reshaper, you don't want to kill it. But that's fine. And then maybe I shouldn't be boarding in all of these. Like, Crater Maker is much better than Masked Vandal in general in this matchup, because Crater Maker can kill Karn and not just artifacts. So maybe I don't really care about. I mean, Walking Ballista, like, yeah, it's bad, but I think we're gonna go like this. It's possible. Most people don't even run 23 lands, so, like, an option, if I'm really stuck in a lot of these matchups, I think I'm gonna keep this. This just has, I mean, this is dead if I play Blood Moon. I might have to name Insect to get it out here, which isn't cool. Maybe this is, like, just not a good Blood Moon hand. And, like, we're just trying to fight them too fair. Let's mulligan this. This is a good hand. We'll throw back Kiki Jiki, and we'll hope that they don't have Warping Whale, and we'll try to draw a land. Expedition Map. I assume that that's going to find Eldrazi Temple. I should not have revealed Conspicuous Snoop. I don't know why I did that. If they hold up mana here... Okay, they don't hold up mana. They probably should have, because that's not... You can do that not at sorcery speed. They kind of, like, almost called my bluff, I guess, is how I would say it. But now they're not really going to get to use their Eldrazi Temple. They found a power plant, by the way. They're not going to really get to use their Eldrazi Temple for anything other than Thought-Knot Searing me. Which implies that they don't have... that they don't have removal in hand. Just want to throw that out there. Because they don't... Like, if I had two Harbingers in hand, they just lose on the spot, right? So, because I don't think they have removal in hand, I'm just going to play out this Matron. I think that's what I would do either way, but play out this Matron, grab another Harbinger. I believe I'm supposed to pull this off the top. So we use its ability, sack this Goblin Matron. It's not ideal to be drawing Sling Gang Lieutenant, but it's not bad. Just we can play it, and it's actually pretty decent in this matchup. If they play Walking Ballista here, I'm a little sad. That's Walking Ballista will stop our combo, and they do not have enough mana to do that. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put Kiki Jiki on top, and then I'm gonna pass the turn. They are killing my Snoop before I get a chance to do that. So now I get to decide to put something else on top instead. And what will that be? It could be Crater Maker, because they have 3 lands. Could just be another Snoop. And then I go find a Harbinger with the Ringleader, hopefully. Probably just playing Ringleader next turn. I think it's probably correct, given that I need both combo pieces, to just grab Crater Maker. So can't play anything with this without sacking Goblins, so just gonna attack. Not gonna chump with Harbinger. I'm willing to go down to 12 when I have a Sling Gang Lieutenant in hand. Alright, so here is Tron Mana. And it looks like a Smasher. Yeah, it is a Smasher. Maybe I am gonna chump here now, considering they have so much trample damage going. What was that gonna be? A Ballista? They tapped 4 mana, but decided to do nothing with it. Maybe I have to play... Well, I put Crater Maker on top, so that was smart. Crater Maker can block Thought Not Seer, kill Reality Smasher, and buy us a bunch of time. So I guess we're gonna do that. Just... Oh, you know what? I think because I'm likely not paying Echo, we just play Mog War Marshal out here, and we use the mana from Mog War Marshal to activate our Crater Maker after blocking. So this is like when people talk about the synergy of Goblins and why Skirk Prospector and Mog War Marshal are just like so much better than they look. Like this is one of the reasons, but if you can't follow up with anything that is like powerful enough to end the game, you know, it doesn't mean a ton. It's just cool. You know, it's a lot of wheel spinning, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. But we're gonna make it work. So it doesn't matter actually who I put on what. So we sacrifice this. Destroy that. We take no damage this turn. We kill their Reality Smasher. Munitions Expert at some point would kill this Thought Not Seer. And we're going to have a Sling Gang Lieutenant to block sort of indefinitely without more Tramplers. So I wouldn't say we're at parity, but we're about to turn the corner. I think I would play Sling Gang Lieutenant first, barring some wild draw, although here comes a Walking Ballista that's kind of just going to end the game. Like, I should probably just concede to this, if you ask me. No reason to do anything. Just going to F6. I'm going to wait until they do something else to F6, because I don't want to accidentally pass my whole turn somehow. Alright, so they brought their Ballista down to 1. We don't have Tarfire in. Walking Ballista is going to get like 1 or 2 more counters next turn. The 1 counter would... Alright, so I think it's just best to... play Ringleader here. See what we draw. I mean, there's Snoop, but without getting something else, you know, playing that Snoop into its certain demise is not good. Sort of need to draw... I don't even know. Trashmaster just kills Ballista, which is like, okay, I guess that's something you can do with 4 mana. It's not the best. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they could put 2 counters on Ballista. make it a 3/3, kill my 2/2, and it still survives, and they just get in for 8, and then I'm dead next turn. I'm actually dead next turn unless I draw exactly Munitions Expert, because then I can Mogwar Marshal plus Munitions Expert. I have 2 blockers for these after I kill the Ballista. But they look like they're thinking about playing something else. Putting me on a, what is a 2-outer because we sided out 2 of our Munitions Experts is probably better than anything they're about to do with this Karn. Unless, I don't know, unless I'm missing something. They get another Walking Ballista. I guess that's just as good, right? Because it has 3 counters itself. Yeah, so we're just dead, actually. Because they kill this with 2 counters. They have 2 1/1s. They hit me for 8, 9, 10. We go to 1, but they still have a Walking Ballista left over if they, you know, they don't have to put us to 1 like that. Now, I was trying to draw a Walking Ballista, but that doesn't mean, or Munitions Expert, that doesn't mean it's good. It just happened to save us there. And then we kept 2 in, so it's fine. I don't think I change anything here. I kind of want to bring these Thought Seizes in, and it's possible that Thought Seizes are better than, like, a Realm Walker, and Trashmaster kind of sucks. Like, Trashmaster did nothing until they got a board state that was so good I was already losing. So, like, why would I play towards that? You know what I mean? Let's just lean on our combo a little harder. Thought Seize them when we're on the play. I think that makes sense. We'll see how that goes here. Eldrazi Tron is, like, sort of an unfavorable matchup, but this is the way to play it. Kind of got to get lucky a little bit. I guess you keep this. You have the Snoop. You can draw Harbinger. And then, even if you don't, you can Matron for a second Snoop or a Harbinger, depending on how it ends up playing out. So, yeah. Copperline Gorges have been great again. I'm, like, pretty much the only person playing them. A lot of people moved away from Fastlands and went to this, like, fetch land heavy mana base. And I'm on 6 fetches now, too, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm not on a fetch heavy mana base. We're still just going to play Snoop here. But, like, the Fastlands, especially the green ones, they really work in this deck. Are they just going to Expedition map here? I'm curious. No, it looks like Dismember. Okay. So they Dismember us, which means I think I'm just going to Matron as opposed to playing Hierarch and holding up mana. This is one of those games where, like, you know, you kind of see how bad Hierarch is in general. And when I say how bad it is in general, you know, it's a bad top deck. But cards like Grist really, I think, power it up, even in its win state, where, you know, you get it on. It's not win state; it's success case where you have turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Grist is great, and late when you're just playing a Grist naked, you know, Hierarch becomes fodder for that. A lot of our goblins are already fodder, but that is a powerful effect. So let's play this out on Goblin. There's only 2 mana, or there's only, Hierarch is the only thing that needs green mana. The counters don't matter. We're just gonna play it out like this. Grist on top is pretty good. So I'm gonna play out Ignoble. We're going to play out Ignoble and then attack for 2. We're going to do it actually correctly and not just play them both out. Could have used either land. That doesn't matter. How's it going, Sam? Oh, you're already here. I think you're very heavy on that shocks. Haven't been able to budget in any. Oh yeah. So it's. I was talking about it earlier. When I took out the vials, your control matchup gets, you know, just that much worse because you no longer have 4 ways to make your things uncounterable. So if you're running no caverns and no vials, you might have a really hard time with control matchups where we generally don't. You just have to play a little differently or better. You know, it's just different, really. Oh, this is going to be sick here. Because we don't need the mana from Hierarch. We're going to draw a card. We're going to put a Grist into play. They took our Munitions Expert, obviously, because that kills Thought Not Seer. Thoughtseize on top, and I could plus that away with Grist if I wanted. But we're just going to... I guess I'm supposed to use this. Green, and then 1. And... you may sacrifice a creature. Don't mind if I do. We'll draw this Thoughtseize. Ooh. Do I want to... So I can cast Thoughtseize, or I can just play Cratermaker off the top. They can't all as dust us, right? One... I guess if they play Power Plant, they could all as dust us. Which kind of would suck. And we do sort of just still have this Cratermaker out if I Thoughtseize now, right? So, because you can sack Snoop. So I think it is smart to just Thoughtseize them. Wow. That's some hand. They're going to be able to Thought Not Seer us. I think I'm supposed to take Great Creator. They can't actually play Smashers, and they have 2 of them. They have 2 Thought Not Seers. Although, like, I don't really care about Karn on this board, do I? So maybe you just take one of the Thought Not Seers, and then you hope they don't draw a land. Yeah, I think that's right. Smasher kills our Grist, which sucks. Well, actually, no, it doesn't, because I can sack the Snoop, save the Grist. We'll see how that goes. No land. Looking like a Thought Not Seer. Okay. I believe I'm just going to... I'm gonna kill this Thought Not Seer. Although, if I draw Snoop or Harbinger, I'll be unhappy about that, but they're pretty low. We hit them down to 8. We're gonna plus. I think this makes sense. Yeah, I think this makes sense. I think Cratermaker is just such a good card against their deck. And, you know, oh my god! That's painful. That is painful. We'll plus this. Because we would have won. That's why it's painful. If we had a Snoop in play here, like, that's it. But you don't know that you're going to draw Harbinger, right? And we have, like, a really strong aggro plan going. I don't think there's any problem with what we did. It just... it may be the reason we lose the game. So we'll attack for 2. I think I want to play out this Harbinger by sacking Matron. Just to guarantee a draw that we like. And I think Sling Gang just ends the game. One, like, they play, let's say, Reality Smasher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. They block 2 of it. They take 4. Yeah, so I think the game is locked up here. We'll see. Damn, if we were patient and we let it ride and just... yeah, alright. I feel like that's the second time in this match where I was, like, explaining why we didn't just win the game there, but they conceded. But yeah, closed it out by fetching up the Sling Gang Lieutenant. Off to a 2-0 start. Played old school decks. Decks that we have generally, you know, we've been playing against in the meta for a long time. And was Thoughtseize good there? It's definitely better than Vial in that specific situation. It took one Thought Knot Seer, which means we, you know, kind of ground through their 4-mana options. They're good ones, at least. Because they could have played another Thought Knot Seer and taken... No. They could have just played another Thought Knot Seer that turn, but it wouldn't have mattered. We still had them dead with a Thought Knot Seer. So, like... I believe it was Grist. What that kind of put us, like, really safe no matter what, because we had a Grist at 2, and, you know, that kills blockers. Like, one of our... We had an insect. We just... It was real good. The Fats gives us the good luck, have fun. Give them GLHF. They're playing Yorion, which implies Death and Taxes, right? This hand is, like, kind of garbage in general. Is it even good against Death and Taxes? It kills, like, Oh, it doesn't even kill Giver, right? Giver is a 1/2? Yeah, the old Squire. One mulligan. This is better? I don't know. We have a chance to draw, We have a chance to draw Snoop. We gotta throw back a Cavern because we want to be able to cast Grist. So we need non-Cavern lands that make green mana. Kiki Jiki is one of the absolute worst draws. We put a Cavern on the bottom. We don't want to draw it. We don't have a turn to play. We'll see how relevant our life total is. Jeskai Yorion? Kinda not what I expected. What is Jeskai Yorion? Jeskai Yorion with Inspiring Vantage. Alright, so this Raugrin Triome, Jeskai Triome, that's literally just for Prismatic Ending is what that means. If they're playing Mantis Rider, I'd be shocked, but... okay, I mean, that's something to play. Obviously, I was supposed to get Stomping Ground and didn't. I just fucked up. Which means I can't play Grist, even though that was the whole reason I did it. Streaming is difficult, but hopefully we don't get punished, even though I do sort of want to draw Grist here. So this... oh, okay. This isn't just regular old Death and Taxes. This is going to be Kiki Jiki Restoration Angel. So this is 2 Kiki Jiki decks going at it. I suppose I want to see what's on top. There's no way this is not a Bolt, right? So maybe I don't play Realm Walker because it's like actually too good here. This is gonna be like Lightning Helix or something like that. Maybe we can draw out the Lightning Helix by attacking for 1. I don't know why. You know, some things just trigger players sometimes. There's no really telling. I want to play the worst land I have so that I look like they should bolt my Ignoble, even though I have a lot of lands in hand. But I also want to make blue mana to assert dominance. So we'll do that. Alright, so we have Realm Walker in hand, as well as Kiki Jiki that we could play next turn. I think that I need to get Munitions Expert It's like rarely incorrect to get Munitions Expert if you're nowhere near a combo. Although we are pretty near a combo. Because I have Kiki-Jiki in hand, which acts as a second copy of Boggart Harbinger. But they probably have removal. But I think it's still correct to get Snoop, because next turn I can play Snoop plus Realm Walker. So, although next turn I can play Munitions Expert plus Realm Walker, so that's not much of an argument, is it? Okay, I just want to throw something out there. 5,000 IQ read that I just made. They left 2 mana open, right? 5 cards in hand, 2 mana open that they just left open. Now they're leaving 4 mana open, and that's probably Restoration Angel into Kiki-Jiki, but... Which means we might be dead because we didn't get Munitions Expert, but... They only have 1 piece of removal in hand. That is the read I'm making. We'll see how relevant that is, because I believe we're just dead, actually, unless there's a Munitions Expert on top here. And there's not. We can try to get them to respect Munitions Expert by not tapping out. Which I think is the play. And we can even... Well, we'll attack... I can't attack, because if I attack, they flash in... Restoration Angel. And I'm just, like, boned. Do they not have Restoration Angel? They have Solitude. Okay. Probably Solitude plus Ephemerate is my guess. And we're just gonna get super duper boned. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so that's fine. Had we played Realm Walker, that would be the thing that's gone. So, we're not dead. We still have 5 mana for Kiki-Jiki. Wow, Ephemerate is a fucking board wipe. It's like so insane. That hurts so bad. The rebound on it, man. Auriok Champion doesn't actually matter. Especially not on this board state, but you can still combo past Auriok Champion. You can, with all of the triggers on the stack, you can still kill them. So we're gonna name Goblin and not Insect. Those are the 2 valid names in the deck, but obviously one is a lot more valid than the other. We'll play a fetch land. We'll shuffle. Because if it's a Snoop, I want to play it. We'll get Stomping Ground this time. We're not going to pay 2 life, but we are going to play this off the top. And a Matron is going to be good. It might be fast enough. It might be fast enough to combo. We're going to see, because next turn we get to Matron and play Snoop. We also might just die to... We also might just die. Host 00312, is that's the thing that everybody was like, you should block this guy, they do hate raids. Is that the thing? How do I don't even know how I do it. Oh, it's this one? If you're here, host, and you're just chilling, and you're not the hate raid bot, say something. Otherwise, I'm about to ban this guy. It just looks like random numbers on the end of their name, so I doubt it. Alright. Upkeep. We're gonna take 6, 7, 8, 9 next turn. Still have a chance. So we find Snoop. This is one of the reasons the combo is just so powerful. Because, you know, you're basically building a board state out of nowhere. I think it is worth shocking this in. Because it's 2 blockers. It doesn't matter how much life they gain here because we deal infinite. So we sacrifice Mog War Marshal. Another trigger happens. We play Skirk Prospector. Grist doesn't actually do anything here. Looks like it does. I could get Kiki Jiki onto the battlefield, couldn't I? But then I might die. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And like that doesn't. Oh, I wouldn't even have a matron to copy to go find Boggart Harbinger. But next turn, we're gonna play Kiki Jiki, we're gonna copy matron, we're gonna play Boggart Harbinger, and we're gonna win the game, assuming, well, I was assuming that they didn't, it was assuming that they're gonna blink this thing, and then they're gonna take out our conspicuous Snoop. Do we have enough mana to make that not a big deal is the question. Not sure. We do have a lot of mana. They choose not to attack. I mean, if this doesn't tap Snoop, yeah, okay. Just for Grist's ultimate, we're gonna make sure that this isn't exiled, but they're so unlikely. So we can Kiki plus Grist. That's like a thing. They have Yorion, so they're gonna blink everything next turn, actually, which is gonna fucking suck. I don't think we can beat that. If I play Kiki and I copy Matron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I copy Matron, I get Snoop, I play it, they just blink everything with Yorion, and I'm like kind of shit out of luck. And then I don't have any way to like make that better, so I guess I'm just gonna save that. I'm gonna sacrifice a goblin. We're gonna destroy. I guess this is a perpetual motion device, isn't it? If I let them have Yorion Charming Prince and they just like lock me out, so I have to kill Charming Prince if I think I can win this game at all. Do I play Kiki Jiki? No, because it's just gonna get like totally wrecked. We just pass. Honestly, if they just attack my Grist and then play Yorion, I'm like pretty much dead, right? Like, because Grist is sort of the only thing keeping me in this game. But knowing that, you know, all my stuff is gonna die either way, I would just chump. They're sending. They send 8 damage at me. 1 thing at Grist. I know they have Yorion. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 7 mana is like vaguely relevant. I'm just gonna let Grist die. And they're gonna Yorion. And then if my Noble Hierarch and my Skirk Prospector survive, you know, maybe I have enough to combo them in 1 turn, but I don't think so. I think we're just dead. So here comes Yorion. It's gonna F6. Because Grist is gone, I'm not gonna sack anything. I wonder if they, I wonder what they, it's gotta be Hierarch and Matron, right? Okay, Skirk Prospector's one of them. And Matron. So Matron is a good one, because I have Kiki, but there's still outs here. Yeah, Hierarch is not one of them, so we're just dead. Okay, so red, white, Ephemerate. Doesn't look like they have Kiki combo in it like I thought. So Fatal Push not good against Solitude. Thoughtseize fine against that. Blood Moon doesn't really do anything. We really don't have a lot going on here, do we? I mean, I think I want Tarfire. Because it's a 3-2 Solitude. I think everything else is just bad. I guess Crater Maker is decent. I don't think Blood Moon is playable. And then, like, we had a couple chances where Harbinger would have won us the game, right? Because Snoop was in play for a minute. Maybe, like, War Marshals just aren't that good. I mean, War Marshals in general are just not that good. I think this is fine. If I missed something, I wouldn't be surprised, but we don't really have a great sideboard for this specific matchup. I will keep this. This gets a lot of their initial stuff and kind of attacks them from a different angle than usual. So we'll play Blackleaf Cliffs, we'll Thoughtseize them, get an idea of what we're playing against. So Skyclave Apparition is really good. Double Stoneforge Mystic Batter Skull. The best card in their hand is Skyclave Apparition, and if I draw Snoop next turn, I'll be psyched about that. Can't do anything about either Stoneforge Mystic, or about both Stoneforge Mystics. So, unless... Because I have the Tarfire, so I could, like... I could take this one, then kill this one, but then their Skyclave just takes my Grist out, and, like, Grist is probably the way that we can win this game based on how our hand looks right now. So... And I don't much care about... What did they play? Sacred Foundry, which was not in their hand before. So they're worried about aggro instead of information. So that's something to keep in mind. Well, there's Snoop. We do force out, you know, a Solitude, which is a 2-for-1. Unless they happened to draw Ephemerate, but I think we just play Snoop here. Solitude has Flash for people who don't know, and you get to exile a white card from your hand to play it. So, you know, they can wait until I try to play. Right? They just have the Rip Apart, so they don't have to 2-for-1 themselves. That was a pretty good draw from them. I'm just gonna play this Grist. All of the new elementals are pretty much insane. I think I just start ticking up Grist. They don't really have a good way to deal with that in their hand. And then, while this is ticking up, I then start going after the Matron into combo line. So, I mean, I like that. They have played the card that they drew every turn. So we still have perfect information. They are likely going to reveal a Sword of Fire and Ice here. Oh, it could be Kaldra. Kaldra would fuck me. Alright, Sword of Fire and Ice. Which, if they get that onto the Stoneforge Mystic, I'm, like, super screwed. So we have to hold up Tarfires now. I could... I could just keep ticking up Grist, or I could kill the Stoneforge Mystic, so that next turn they just have to play another one. I think that that's probably the thing to do. But they still have Solitude, so the combo is like very unlikely as well. Like still, even though we've drawn Boggart Harbinger, like you're probably still not getting that done. You know what I mean? So we do still have to slow play it and kind of run them out of cards. So we're just trying to keep them from having things to equip Sword of Fire and Ice to. That's our goal right now. I could go get something other than Snoop, but we know they haven't drawn Ephemerate yet. We know the 5 cards in their hand. Yorion's not in their hand. But so getting Snoop still would force them into a 2-for-1 themselves situation. As it stands, so we're gonna do that. We also get 2 redraws with Snoop with Grist and the fetch land, so that's good. Tapping 1 white, pausing. The Fats Domino, Nipple Bolus himself. White mana, they don't need it in their mana pool, never mind. Emiria. They don't want to pay 3 life. They play Stoneforge Mystic. What do they get? Now they get Cauldra. I think we still know every card in their hand, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And Cauldra is threatening. I'm not going to pretend it's not. But they have no white cards in hand. No white cards in hand. So they kind of have to draw a white card. Let's see what's on top. I should have tapped the... Oh. That kind of sucks. I would have liked to play that. As it stands, I think I plus. Yeah, let's plus. That's why I should have tapped the Blackcleave Cliffs. That's exactly what I was saying. I don't think I'm supposed to crack this fetch. I don't want to draw this. I'm just going to wait to crack it so we don't know. So we kind of just have to fade... And before we Tarfire anything, we're going to crack the fetch, but that's just because there's a chance that Munitions Expert comes out on top, and we want to use that instead of Tarfire. But we just have to fade a white card, which is not easy, actually. Although... Oh, now they just have 5 mana for Solitude. So, never mind. Fading a white card is not really where we're at anymore. We just have to see what they do. So they put an equipment into the play. It's probably Cauldra. There's Cauldra. 5/5, First Strike, Haste, Indestructible, Trample. Doesn't have Vigilance, though. Has Trample. So, can't save Grist. Could, not going to. They might have drawn a white card. There's Sword of Fire and Ice. Now, they get Sword of Fire and Ice on Cauldra, we're screwed. They get a Blood Crypt. Skirk Prospector doesn't do anything. I mean, they're just going to put... They already played this Arid Mesa. They have 1 unknown in hand. If it's a white card, we're screwed. They never put Yorion in their hand. Am I supposed to just Tarfire this Stoneforge Mystic? I guess not, but... 'cause it doesn't really matter, does it? So, because yeah, we're either dead or we're not here. Because, damn, wishing that I had cracked that fetch so I could have pulled Skirk Prospector off and then thought seized them. But that's something I wasn't even thinking about. We'll just we'll go for it here, and they'll let us know momentarily if they drew white card or not. And we don't want to give them a chance to draw it, so we'll just go for it right now. And they did get it. All right. Well, I mean, sometimes you just lose to them having it. The reason I'm conceding here is because next turn they're gonna equip Sword of Fire next to Caldra, and there's nothing I can do about that, and we're just pretty much dead to that. I don't know. What is the chance there that you dodge a 50-50? Or, I don't think it's a 50-50, that you dodge a white card, right? It's probably not high, but it's probably like 40% there, I would say. I mean, you know, they have something like 35 lands in the deck. No, not 35, but like 33. I don't know. Here, should we check that out? We can do the math. You know, just roughly. Decks. Popular decks. Select a format. Modern. Show me Yori on taxes. Where the fuck is it? The F word a lot today. I don't even know why. Where is Death and Taxes? Here we go. So they play 30 lands. You know, they had 5 in play, but that's like ratio, whatever. So about half their deck is lands, so it is a 50-50 more or less. They pulled out, you know, a couple extra lands and artifacts with their stone forges, but yeah, it's a 50-50 in the base configuration. And I guess I'm just thinking, like, I guess you keep this. Yeah, I'll keep this. They probably, if they don't draw a white card, they probably put Yori into their hand and they don't just play out the sword, right? So maybe I should have known, but I didn't have a way to play around it and beat their board, so like I just had to hope they made a mistake, right? Like, for those of you watching, and like, yeah, of course they drew a white card. I know that it's unlikely they did what they did, given that they don't have a white card, but yeah, it's our only out, right? All right, so it looks like we're gonna be playing Tron again. We don't know which kind of Tron. This is actually a decent hand against Tron. We're gonna I guess I'll show them. What do I show them? I'm gonna play Snoop next turn regardless. If it's Eldrazi Tron, I don't want them to know and hold up removal. So we'll just reveal the Munitions Expert. It is Eldrazi Tron. They mulled really low. They have 1 card in hand. I didn't realize they had mulled so low. I wasn't looking at the chat over here. It is what it is. Oh, I don't have the card preview window up. It just sits behind me now. Okay, so I mean, they have Tron, so they got a top deck, a payoff, which is not hard for them to do. We'll play out the Cavern so that we have reshuffles with Snoop, and we'll start looking for Harbingers so we can close this game out. That is not worth pulling off the top and sacrificing our Snoop, but all right, no payoff yet. There it is. Oh, I can't play it, can I? Yeah, I can't play it. I gotta just wait. We gotta fade one more turn. If it's All Is Dust as their payoff, playing the second Snoop hurts. If it's Walking Ballista, they can make it a 4-4. No, they can make it a 3-3. And double Snoop doesn't actually beat Walking Ballista. Why can't I play it? Because I have to crack this fetch, and that shuffles your library. I can get it into play by... No, there's not even a good way to get it into play. I was gonna say, like, you play Skirk Prospector and do some fancy shit, but, yeah, I think I'm just supposed to, not cast anything here, because I'm holding up Munitions Expert. Maybe I should have attacked with Snoop, but that's not really relevant here. So here's their payoff. It is Karn Liberated. Okay. So, they are going to exile our Snoop, I imagine. No. What? They just killed themselves. Like, I don't know if they understand that I get to, choose. Doesn't actually make a difference what I exile, but... Unless they have a Dismember here. But... Maybe they just don't know the combo, and they don't understand that I'm showing them how dead they are. Or maybe they're just really salty because they had to mull to like 3. Just Shock and Stomping Ground so we don't have to think about it. Wait. Isn't there a colorless Mana Tithe? Isn't there? They're super F6'd. Pick the Kiki Jiki. Make infinite combos. For those of you who have never seen the infinite combo before, Snoop gets the ability of all the goblins on top of your library. If you put Kiki Jiki there, you can make copies of target non-legendary creatures by tapping your Snoop. The Snoop can target itself. The new Snoop has that ability. You keep doing that. You make infinite. You see they all come in tapped. Once we get to 20 here, so that we can kill them, we'll make a copy of our Boggart Harbinger, put something new on top of our library that lets us kill them with Snoop. There's a couple options. We use Sling Gang Lieutenant for a few reasons. Number one, it gains life. And it's also just good on its own. The other option is Mog Fanatic. And Mog Fanatic lets you target things other than players for damage. So that's a trade-off. It also costs 1. But Sling Gang is generally where you want to be. It's just a great card. It helps you against burn. It's army in a can type card. You know, 3/1/1s is pretty good for blocking, which is usually what we're trying to do. And we'll eventually just win you the game one way or another. Also, if you happen to draw both copies of Sling Gang Lieutenant, you can still combo by getting the Sling Gang Lieutenant on the board and just making infinite Snoops. Whereas if you use Mog Fanatic and you happen to draw both your copies, you can't do that. There are other ways, though. We could have gone to our opponent's end step and then made a ton of copies of Snoop and untapped with them all and just attacked them to death. That's how you beat Leyline of Sanctity. That's how you beat Leyline of Sanctity. Yeah. So against Tron, these Thoughtseize are actually going to be good. Crater Maker is going to be good. Blood Moon's going to be good. This looks like Green Tron, by the way. They played Karn Liberated. Mass Vandal is decent. Trash Master, decent. Not good, just decent. Probably unnecessary. Munitions experts are generally bad. You don't want to play a long game. Yeah, that's a big one. I actually learned that from chat about 2 weeks into streaming. Just nothing. It's something I hadn't realized. Like, yeah, you just make it on their end step and then kill them with it. Like you think of the your end step trick, where you make a copy with Kiki-Jiki, so you have a blocker next turn. But like the infinite attackers thing is real. My War Marshal's just not that good. We want to maximize our turn 1, turn 2 Blood Moons. Realm Walker's probably just like the worst thing here. I would say there's like arguments for bringing in Trash Masters and Mask Vandals, but this game is going to be over on turn like 3-ish, so you don't really want to plan for a game beyond that. Like, Ringleader will help you find matrons if the game is going long and you have pieces of your combo to end it, but it's just waiting to draw cards with Realm Walker. Like, it's not really ideal. It's also hard to cast Realm Walker after you Blood Moon, which is something I hadn't thought about till just now, but it's a reason to take it out when you're boarding in a bunch of Blood Moons. I believe we keep this. I mean, this really just slows them down, though. Doesn't do anything cool. There's much better 6s than this. This is a much better 6, I would say. We can just throw away 1 Hierarch, play turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Snoop. And then if we draw Blood Moon, we have the basic Swamp, so that's pretty good. Hierarch also allows us to cast Grist from under Blood Moon if that comes up. It might be mathematical. Actually, there's almost definitely a mathematically correct answer, but the difference between mulling to 5 for Snoop plus Harbinger or Blood Moon on turn 2, or just like having this hand effectively has 8 outs, like off, the first 2 turns, because if I draw a Blood Moon, I get to turn 2 it, and if I draw a Harbinger, I get the combo on turn 3. I think it's mathematically correct to keep this hand as opposed to going to 5, but I'm not sure. I don't know what percentage of hands have either turn 2 Blood Moon or Harbinger, but that's what you're comparing to the chance to draw one of those 8 cards off the top of your deck. And then there's also like the backdoor out of drawing Matron and them not having anything, so. Grist is interesting. Grist, if we get to cast it, will mean that like a Karn is not that big a deal. So that's pretty cool. Because I'm about to play this Snoop, I'm gonna play it and then reveal it. I guess the 1 damage isn't super relevant. So, but I'm still gonna do it like this. Blackleaf Cliffs, like, worst land to draw, but I mean, we already have our 4th mana, so not that big a deal. Ideally, there's just a Boggart Harbinger underneath this Blackleaf Cliffs. Do they cack a land? What do they do? They exile the Snoop, as is tradition. We get to kill this Karn, one way or another. We're actually just gonna... Actually, Blackleaf Cliffs is one of the best lands to draw, but it wasn't a fetch land. That was kind of what I meant at the time. So there's the Harbinger, which means that might have been next. I actually... The Magic Online changes, like, it moves the hits to the left and keeps the other cards on the right instead of showing you the order that it was in. So it's hard to say whether it was next, but it was in the top 4. We're in a decent position here for a couple reasons. One, they showed us that their best removal was Sorcery Speed Karn Liberated. We're pausing hard here. We're about to have a Grist, which won't let us manipulate the top of our deck, but will kill, you know, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Although, ooh, okay, we will kill Ugin the Spirit Dragon because they don't. They're actually trying to ult it instead of just minusing for 4, which I guess puts it in bolt range, and that might be what pushed that over the edge for them. But whatever. All right, so green, black, black. Cast Grist. Cast. I think I'm supposed to cast this Hierarch because, well, what could they play that I want a Munitions Expert? I'm about to sack this Hierarch is the thing. So I think I do want to cast this Hierarch. We can untap in Munitions Expert, not a big deal. Ooh. I feel like I almost skipped that. We'll just sacrifice this, destroy Planeswalker. I might have just made a mistake there as to, like, the order I did that in. Because I don't know why I thought something else was going to be going on. It had the Wilt in hand for Blood Moons. Alright, Wormcoil Engine isn't scary, but it does pressure our Grist, and we might need to, like, block. I guess it doesn't really pressure our Grist, because we're just going to plus. We shuffled 3 to the bottom, so we don't want to crack that. Let's just plus. Ooh, we milled a Grist. That rarely happens. Okay, so we plus. I think the thing to do here is to get this Harbinger out. Oh, do I want to be able to play this Munitions Expert before I stack the top of... Oh, I can play the Munitions Expert. So let's just put a Snoop on top. Because their hand is looking pretty weak. I mean, I guess you could put Sling Gang Lieutenant on top. And you sort of, like, they don't gain life. But I think I'm going to put a Snoop on top. Something to take note of for people who've been watching a long time. Usually we only have Goblins in play. So, you just count the number of creatures to figure out how much damage your Munitions Expert does, but insects are not goblins. Little green guys. Well, not this one, but not goblins. So O-Stone kind of makes the Snoop get bad. So I can deal 3 damage to this. And then block it, and then their O-Stone just wipes them. So I think I want to do that. And I'll just, like, keep holding my Snoop as long as I can. Like, now that they have O-Stone, I do sort of have to churn through this Wormcoil Engine, because, you know, removing the whole battlefield... So I just dealt 3 damage. I guess it's probably better to do this in case I draw Kiki Jiki. Although, no, because if I want to protect Grist... oh, no. Yeah, if I want to protect Grist and they don't crack their O-Stone, then I'm going to need 2 blockers. So... But realistically here, they should just crack O-Stone, and they didn't. Oh, okay. This doesn't change anything. That's just fancy play syndrome at work. They could have done that before damage. So now I have Snoop on top, and I have a redraw. So we're doing okay. Not great, but okay. In case we find a Hierarch on top, we'll save our green mana. And then here, I guess we need real green mana. There's no more Grists in the deck. We don't find anything. So at this point, we're top decking, but so is our opponent. So we have 4 turns. Well, we top deck a pretty good one. Probably grabbing a Walking Ballista here, and we're just like kind of locked out of the game because they have 6 or 7 mana. If they get Walking Ballista, I will concede. We can't race that. Hopefully they're listening, so they know that. If they name Kiki Jiki with this Pithing Needle, I'll feel bad. You're supposed to name Snoop. They could name Bloodstain Mire. They name Snoop. Okay, that's fine. We can. There's still outs here. Crater Maker's in the deck. You find Crater Maker. You kill the Pithing Needle. It doesn't matter what well, it actually should have mattered, but okay. So that's interesting because I can't actually combo, but we can set the top of our deck. So it's not worth waiting, because then you're just like top decking. I think I'm supposed to just we can play the top of our deck here, like that's the rub. So I can get Crater Maker and just like put it into play, and then I have an answer to the needle, and we're just trying to draw, you know, something at this point. Just in case there's a Hierarch on top, we'll save our green mana. This is fine. Okay, I mean, we can flash that in our upkeep to draw a different card, so we're probably going to do that. And we have a lot of mana because of this Skirk Prospector, so they have a lot more mana, but we have enough. 70,000 mana a year, and you're at, you know, peak happiness. Nothing else really changes it, right? Tron is just greedy. So here, if they get Walking Ballista, I am super screwed. And why wouldn't they get that last turn? I don't know. But I was dead to it last turn. So this is a board wipe, right? Like, I don't think I beat this. I might now that I have Crater Maker out, but we'll see what they target first. Okay, interesting. It's like kind of just sort of the ideal first target. I don't know what, I mean, they should just pass here and force me to, yeah. So that I now have to activate this, which means I'm supposed to target Walking Ballista, but then kind of just don't have outs. They're gonna wipe my whole board. I'm gonna take 6. I'm gonna draw Munitions Expert, and then I'm gonna be at 12. No, I'm gonna be at less than that. I'm gonna be at 10. Yeah, I don't have enough time. Actually, yeah, I don't have enough time. Let's just go to the next game. I'm gonna draw the cards that I would have drawn, just to make sure. like I'm not missing anything. Like the reason I wouldn't have enough time is because I'm munitions expert. On my turn, I kill Karn. I like block for 3. I go to 7, but then I have to draw something that kills Pithing Needle and Snoop, right? So like the matron's not enough. I need 2 matrons, and it just takes too much time. But we're gonna run it back just like that. I'm gonna take a bathroom break after this. I gotta pee real bad because of this coffee I've been drinking. We're on the die roll. We want to play first. This is a great looking hand that we can't keep. Every hand with no lands looks great because it's all spells. I think I throw back Grist and just keep double matron, because we're just gonna keep trying to snoop over and over again, and we need one of these for Harbinger. So like we play around removal this way instead of like being reactive on the play. So I think that's a good idea. We do also have a redraw with Snoop to just find Harbinger off the top and slam that Kiki Jiki Had It emote. They're mulling to 5. Let me see if I can. It's silly that. I don't know. Would it be better if I covered the top so that I didn't have to scroll every time and just put our chat at the top? I wonder. Because, like, I wanted to leave the combat log uncovered so that you can see it. Or the game log, it's not the combat log. But, like, not only does it not auto-scroll half the time, but it's also a little bit behind because it starts down here instead of up here, and it doesn't save. Alright, we want the redraw. We're gonna play Snoop. Well, Blood Moon's good. And we'll have our basic swamp. So if they have wilt, they have wilt. But Sylvan Scrying looking for basic forest, but or maybe they look for Urza's Tower. Okay. Interesting. Harbinger? Nope. Yeah, can't play it. Don't want that Grist, I don't think. Have to crack this either way, because I'm playing Blood Moon, right? There's no way I'm not playing Blood Moon. Oval, reveal Matron, play Blood Moon, leave all our colors of mana open. Not that it matters, but oops, can't. Blood Moon, although it fits really nicely into the Goblin deck, is not a Goblin. Can't use colored mana from Cavern of Souls to cast it. So they can't cast Warping Whale. They can cast Dismember, but we're gonna have 3 matrons. So like over the course of however many turns this game lasts for, we will. Okay, this is just Wilt here. They're gonna. Oh, just Ancient Stirrings. Okay. That's a strange play. I guess it's not that strange, because Tron mulls low, so who knows what their hand looked like. Did they reveal that forest? They didn't reveal that forest, so that's why they did what they did. They already had it. That's why this strange play happened. Harbinger? Praetor Maker? Not bad, but can't actually play it off the top. I mean, I could, but I won't, because it, you know, it delays us winning. So we'll grab the Harbinger, attack for 3. The reason you grab it first is because you could have just put a Kiki Jiki on top by searching, so. Sometimes Kiki Jiki rises to the top, like Randy Rootwalla, or the great late Randy Savage himself. Cream rises to the top. Alright, so there's the wilt. Doesn't actually matter. Unless they have the warping wheel here. Oh, no, it does matter because this is going to be a ballista? Oh, no. Don't ballista me. Did they just miscount? And they're trying to play like, Oh, okay. This doesn't do anything. They're dead. Oh, I guess they could... Nope. I was going to say they could liquid metal coating and then turn Snoop into an artifact, but that costs 2. So they only have 1 mana floating. Oh, they could Pithing Needle. Okay, I forgot about that. But that just delays us a turn because we have more matrons. Is there a way to do this? I can make infinite... There's probably a way, I would guess, to do this on this turn, right? I have 5 mana. I can't activate a Snoop ability, so I have to get it with Matron. So no, there's no way this turn. But that's fine. Let's just see what we've got. Yeah, we'll see what we've got on top after casting Matron. I could just Munitions Expert Karn. Oh no, that doesn't make sense, because I need to kill this thing. I should be bringing in Masked Vandals, is what I've determined. I think that's important enough, these Pithing Needle lines, that I should do that. So... I could keep the Crater Maker in hand to, like, play around removal spells, but we lose to removal spells already? And I think this is fine. I may end up regretting this. The hedge here is that, if they have, like, another Karn or something, you have more stuff on board to pressure it. But, how's it going, Corey? Good to see you. So here comes a 6 mana spell, Ugin. Ugin can exile, yeah, it can destroy my Conspicuous Snoop, or it can destroy my Crater Maker. So I am sort of regretting this, but this is the type of situation that I was referring to, because, like, they would have destroyed Snoop there, right? And so, like, I kill this Pithing Needle, I'm still down the Crater Maker, and I still can't combo. But as it stands, I can actually kill their whole board here. And they have 2 cards in hand, which I'm hoping are garbage. Although they do get to tutor a decent one with Karn. That was a good play. Ugh. Ballista is so good. Ballista is so good. We might just lose here. There had we had a Masked Vandal in our deck, we couldn't have played it anyway because we didn't have Goblins in our graveyard to exile. So I think the play was... I actually don't think anything would have changed, to be honest. I don't think there was a way around this, which sucks. If I spend 3 mana, I have 3 more mana, and I can get Munitions Expert and just, like, really pressure them, which is what I'm gonna do here. Although, wait, if I put Sling Gang on top, do they just die? 4, they go to 10. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goblins in play, plus Harbinger would be 6. So I can take them to 4. Would not be enough to kill them. But next turn, that would be enough. So, what do I want here? I think Munitions Expert is just the play. Black. Red. Oh, wait. They're going to have a Ballista? I need to save this. Their Ballista's going to be a 4/4? Ugh. Oh, I didn't even... Why did I not factor that in? I mean, I don't think it changed anything, but I didn't even factor that in. It does change when I play this Munitions Expert, though. So this has to go at Karn. This has to go at Karn, and this has to go at Ugin. They can take out 4 toughness of my dudes. One way or another. I think... So what is the benefit to playing... Oh, I'm going so slow, I have 5 minutes left. But the benefit to playing Munitions Expert over Harbinger this turn is that I have 2 damage to hit them with, as opposed to stacking my deck with Harbinger. I think stacking my deck is just better, because I don't want to draw Thoughtseize. So we'll put... I think the best thing to put with this board is probably just going to be a Kiki. Because I'll just start to tutor. And I have the 5 mana. Now they have 4 cards in hand. Oof. Oh no. That Urza's Tower actually changes so much. Because now Ballista's a 5/5. And I need... Well, I guess it doesn't change that much. It changes my clock a little bit, but it might change whether or not I have anything worthwhile to copy. Just gonna F6. I mean, Munitions Expert is not the best copy, but... Now they're going to save this for Kiki Jiki, but I'm just going to play Munitions Expert. So it doesn't actually matter. We have to play a little bit faster, so I'm not going to be explaining as deeply. Probably not going to be thinking as deeply either, but that's fine. So we target Walking Ballista. In response, they're going to kill 2 of our Goblins. They can't take us off Matrons, but they can take us off Munitions Experts. We kind of just have to hope that they top deck poorly here. We'll see. This should almost definitely... Okay, that... I don't believe that that was correct, but... It's... I guess it's reasonable. Depending on what their hand is, right? Looks like they top decked. Or they have at least something to play. We'll see. If this Kiki Jiki... When I play this Kiki Jiki, so if this Kiki Jiki ends up being what we play, I'm not going to activate it. I'm just going to attack. And then I will activate it in response to something or at the end of their turn. Oh, that's why they did it. Alright. We couldn't beat this. Fuck. Wow, this is like 4 matches in a row that I'm gonna lose to Greentron now. And it's not like it became a worse matchup. Like, they didn't change the makeup of their deck at all. I'm just... I don't want to say getting unlucky, but... Certainly not getting lucky. Technically, we can still win. I think I messed up with the Pithing Needle, probably. I would guess that I messed up with the Pithing Needle. It's... I don't know. Because, like, we went for the combo as fast as we could, right? We didn't do anything weird. They just happened to get Karn the Great Creator into Pithing Needle in time. If I delayed by even a single turn, I messed up, because you're not supposed to do that. And I know that, so I doubt I did it. But, man, having this game slip out of reach is so unfortunate. We're gonna fetch so that we actually have something to fetch. Because this exiles half our deck. I don't even know what came out of the deck. Not worth checking. We're at 8. Have to chump next turn. But still not completely dead if there's like... Oh, this, well, that changes things a little bit. If there's a Sling Gang in here, though... Okay. I wonder if there's anything I can do at this point. No, because I'm gonna untap and draw and just die. That's a good game. GG. Wow, losing to Tron is like... I gotta go back and watch that. Comment... I messed that up. I've been losing to Green Tron a lot. I used to play more Crater Makers. It does suck having only one Crater Maker as outs to a lot of their stuff. That Pithing Needle really threw me for a loop, and I didn't... I should have just saved the Crater Maker in hand, I think. Like, yeah, they could have destroyed my... They could have destroyed my Snoop, but then, like, have more Matrons, and I put myself into the position of now I have to attack them to win, and that's dumb. I should have just saved it. Like, I said removal beats us either way, so just jam it into play and hope that they don't have removal, right? Yeah, I feel that way too, some, but I have like the stats from before Modern Horizons 2 dropped and Tron fell off the face of the earth, and like we were... Why can't I zoom? Here we go. We were really favored against Tron. Like, it was a 90-10 matchup in the stats, you know what I mean? I played it 20 times, almost, and lost twice. And that, some of those matches were before I had any idea what was going on. Like, I didn't know Green Tron just played no removal, so I was afraid to go for it, but I figured it out. So losing the last 4 matches to Green Tron that I've played is like not good. It says something is wrong with me. But anyway, I'm gonna run a 2-minute ad break. I'm gonna pee real quick, and then we'll be back for the last match, trying to win our money back. And that'll probably be it for us today. Thank you for joining us so far. If you're new here, this is what we do. We play Goblins, so if you want to see more of that, follow the channel, get notified when we go live. If you're on YouTube, come follow us, so you can talk to us while we're playing. That's the best part. It's why we do it. Just trying to raise the level of competitiveness of the Goblins deck and community as a whole. So we're trying to learn to play it better. It's not a bad deck. A lot of lines, a lot of little tricks. And for whatever reason, Goblins doesn't attract, like, pro players right now. So it's tough to get good, thoughtful content on it, which is why we're making it. Anyway, stick around, follow, throwing up the Be Right Back screen. I'll see you on the other side. All right, we're back. Queuing up for the last match of today. Thoughts on the matches today? So far, we've had, was it 3 Tron matchups? I beat Eldrazi Tron. I lost to Green Tron. The Fats beat us. What was the Fats plan? I don't remember what. The Fats was playing red-white. Fats was playing red-white, and we got rolled. Well, we won the die roll, and we want to play first against Jerry XYZ. This is like sort of a Splinter Twin. We can't cast Thoughtseize, though, so we'll mulligan this. This is a much better hand. If you draw Thoughtseize, this hand becomes incredible. We'll keep it. We don't expect Hierarch to survive, but if it doesn't survive, it's eating removal. So what's going to happen here, and it's kind of counterintuitive, we're going to throw back Hierarch, even though it's really good. We beat Domain and Eldrazi Tron. We lost to Green Tron and Red White. We're going to throw back Ignoble Hierarch here because it doesn't... lands don't die to removal. We have nothing to play with the 3 mana, and we have 2 Snoops anyway, so even if this eats removal and we throw back a land, we're like saying, oh yeah, but now I have to draw a land, right? But we'll feel really stupid if we don't draw a 3rd land, I think. So I'm going to throw back Ignoble because like we just don't have a way to leverage it anyway. So that's my reasoning. I know if I'm like maybe playing super tight and playing probabilities and stuff, you just assume you're going to draw the 3rd land because we have 20 more in the deck. But there's not a lot of draws that that the Noble lets us take advantage of. So, other than the fact that we get to just play Ignoble into Snoop, but Double Harbinger is not really what you want. First Snoop looks like it's going to eat a path. Maybe not. Anti's Hobble on top. Didn't eat a path. If they tap out here, they're dead. I imagine they're gonna. If this is Grief Ephemerate, that would suck. Is it? Alright, Priest of Felrites, you did. So, one of the reasons Goblins is so strong is because it kind of dictates how fast you have to be in the format. They don't have a way to put baddies into their graveyard turn 1 except for Thoughtseize. So that's a 3-card combo. Thoughtseize, Fatty, and Persist is the card. And we're just a 2-card combo, so we're like a little bit better than that. They are generally slower than us. So you have games like that. So now, I mean, you definitely bring in the relics because you're playing against a graveyard deck. The question is if you want to bring in like Tarfire or Fatal Push to deal with the Priest. And I think the answer is no. We don't need... I mean, we do want to be able to Hierarch plus Thoughtseize, but we don't really need these Skirk Prospectors. Although we don't... I guess keeping 1 in is probably better than the 2nd Mog War Marshal. I think this is fine. I mean, obviously you bring in relics. We're trying to combo them. Grist is our out to that Angel card. Infinite mana plus punishment is another out to that Angel card, but not doing that. Likely not doing that. It's not something you play for. So let's see how it goes against this black-white sewer reanimator deck. This hand is not good against anything, really. It's just like, if this was a good hand, Modern would be a much different format. And I wish it was that format, but keep this. I think you throw back one Thoughtseize and you turn one, probably turn one Thoughtseize and then turn 2 Relic, is my guess. Although, that makes your Relic a little bit worse, doesn't it? What order do you play these in? I guess it depends on what they do. Inquisition. Well, there goes my Relic. But we are going to be able to hobble them just as much, I hope. Who knows, though. Have to reveal. Ugh, bad draw. Jiki is a bad draw, usually. Oh, alright. So, Collective Brutality. What does that do? Target opponent reveals their hand, instant or sorcery from it. Alright, so if I don't take Collective Brutality, they take my other Thoughtseize. So, I take Collective Brutality, next turn I'm going to take Lily. I was thinking, I didn't know all of the modes on Collective. I know it -2s and gains life, and I never know what the stipulations on the discard are. So I was thinking maybe I could leave it, since I don't have any creatures I want to play anyway right now. And I could take the Lily, but yeah. If I didn't take it, I wouldn't have been able to take the Lily, and we would have been shit out of luck. As it stands, we have a chance here to end this game via combo very quickly. If we draw a land, and we know they've played both Flagstones at this point, right? Yeah, both Flagstones. They haven't played this Plains. We took the Lily. So we just know they have a Plains in hand. Copperline Gorge will do it. Doesn't end the game, but what do we have to fade? Like 1 or 2 draw steps? I guess it's 2. It's not super likely, but not super unlikely either, right? Who knows how much they brought in. Stoneforge Mystic and Reanimate stuff probably takes up a fair bit of their deck. So. I know they have a Plains in their hand and 2 unknowns. This white mana implies it's going to be another Flagstone, as it looks like, because I don't know what else you play here. Smallpox. Ugh. Okay. Smallpox gets us. We'll just sacrifice the mountain. We're going to play out Snoop. We'll discard Kiki-Jiki. We have another Kiki-Jiki in the deck, so as long as we don't draw it, we're doing okay. Only have this Plains left in hand. Unless I somehow missed them doing something with that. Nope. There it is. 0 cards in hand. We're in a top deck war, and we have a combo in hand that we just need to draw land for, so we're actually in a great position. Grist is not ideal. It's not a land, but that is ideal. So, if this is it, this is it. What do you got? Opponent, XYZ Jerry, ZYX Jerry. Jerry XYZ, I don't know. There you go, we got it. All right, so that's 2 3-2s in a row with the deck. But 4 losses to Green Tron in a row. That's killing me. It's just like sticking in my, what's the word? Sticking in your craw. It's just like, man, does that feel bad. And our Tron matchup, I mean, if it's like really prevalent, all you gotta do is take out this Massive Animal for another Goblin Crater Maker, or maybe play a main deck Goblin Crater Maker over Mogg War Marshal, but I've been trying to see if Mogg War Marshals were good because of Grist. And like, I think that's a good enough reason, but you know, maybe maybe we should be on no bad cards Goblins again, and just like pop these out, add another Crater Maker main. Then you have room for a 60th card, which could be a Realm Walker, could be so many things. Maybe you like put Krenko in the deck to go with Grist. Although, like, if you have a Grist that's unanswered, Krenko is for kill. This Trash Master is really bad. I don't really like it. Didn't bring it in against any of the Tron matchups, right? And now I have a second Crater Maker. Is there something else that goes with Grist, but like sort of also goes with maybe like a third Grist wouldn't be bad. I don't have it right now, so you know, reluctant to add it. It's only like three tickets. Could put in 2 Abundant Harvests. Could put in Abundant Harvests over these Thought Seizes. The Thought Seizes seemed good though. Like maybe I don't know. It's a tough call. You could just leave that Mog War Marshal in, but it's not even great. So what if you... Oh, is War Chief actually decent when you have a turn 1 Hierarch? Because you turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 War Chief. Turn 3, if you have 4 mana, you can just combo. Like, it's not the worst. But no. I don't like that. Because it requires you have the combo, right? And if you have the combo, who cares? You're just slowing yourself down, potentially, by doing that. I don't know. I think just putting another Grist is, like, not a bad call. I do want to remind myself the next time I open up this deck that I want to try Abundant Harvests again. And it's possible that I'm supposed to be removing lands to play Abundant Harvest. Like, this is the 24th land is stupid. I think that's, like, too many. You also can't pull it off the top or anything like that. It's possible you want Imperial Recruiters and you cut Matrons. That's something we've been talking about. I do have Imperial Recruiters, so I could just, like, brew that deck up. I think what that looks like is, like, you cut these ringleaders pretty much entirely, replace Matrons with Recruiters, have way less Munitions Experts, and, like, you replace them with, like, maybe you run 2 Munitions Experts, and then you have Bob instead. You have Bobs and Abundant Harvests and something like that. Stuff to make, you know, you probably run more Grists because Imperial Recruiter fetches Grist, also sacks to it, so that's, like, really good. You could also... Nah, I don't know. These are just thoughts, but... Yeah, I don't think... The Mog War Marshals aren't great, but they're okay. So, I'll leave 1 in for now, which is, like, kind of stupid, but... like, all the fun of one-ofs. That's what you went with. Maybe you take out a Munitions Expert for a second Mog War Marshal to make this kind of thing better, but Munitions Expert is just as good to sack to Grist as Mog War Marshal, let's be real. So, I don't know. This is what I would run the next time I was running it. I didn't mind missing, like, I never missed Vial today. There weren't the types of games where I was like, oh, if I could just have made more mana, I would win. The game was not decided like that. Vial is decent against Tron, but not good. Because it lets you do things at instant speed instead of sorcery speed, and their board wipes are all sorcery speed. Maybe that's one of the reasons we lost that match, but I don't think so. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you for joining us. Like I said before, that's what we do here. Consider following if you're into Goblins. We're going to probably raid Evan. I think Evan is probably playing Legacy today. We'll see if he's even on. Everos. Evan. It's weird because it's not weird, but he's got that podcast, Mishra's Babble. They call him Evan on the podcast, but he's Everos on stream. I know he doesn't mind it. A lot of people just don't know who you mean when you say Evan. No, he's not on right now. All right. Who is playing Magic the Gathering? And who's playing Modern? You know what? I would raid XYZ Principe, but he speaks Portuguese, so you guys might not appreciate that. We're just gonna raid a Modern streamer. So if you don't want to stick around for me to pick your Modern streamer for you, there's not too many on. Thank you for joining us. Alright, what's this guy's name? Playing Blue-Red Murktide, the enemy. The best deck in Modern, easily. Ohanim TCG. Not actually easily. I think Rhido's probably the most consistent deck in Modern, but Blue-Red is up there. Of course, Sam. And if you want to do that at all hours of the day, find me on Discord. Discord link is in the chat. Been running across the stream. I don't think I link it on YouTube, but just come join the Goblins discussion. Most people in the Goblins Discord are not on my wavelength until 3 weeks after I complain about whatever I think the problem in Modern is. But eventually everybody comes around, it feels like. So yeah. Thanks for joining us. Join us on the Discord. I'll see you next time.